Hello there. So yeah, man, today was really cool. Like yesterday, like I let that get the best out of me. But since yesterday I didn't close, like in the beginning of today, like in the morning, I was like, fuck, man, I'm not gonna close anyone again. Like fuck that shit, you know. Um, but what happened was I closed you guys and like again dangerous, because I must attach my sense of satisfaction to the process, and like I follow the process. The only reason why that worked was because of follow up, man. That was the only reason. And like putting volume, like the things that I can't control, the quality of the list I can't control that. And the only things that I can control is like my behaviors. Like we switch places, like we instead of like we were like in the fuck uh in the first floor. The first floor? No, yeah, in the first floor, and then like we're in the second floor. So that is a different place. There's more people. Like they talk a lot. They talk loud as fuck. Like I don't know, a lot of women and like women talk a lot. Like, there's all the guys and all that. I don't know. They're kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Like I don't know. When I think about a man, I mean, I don't know. Just weird. Just weird. Too much feminine energy for me. Anyway, I just keep to myself and like I think man like the earphone, it's definitely the best ROI. Like I think I never done like such a good investment. Like never. It's like I pay like $30 and like this saves me so much stress. So much things. It just I just I don't listen. Like literally I just listen to things that I like, which is my music. And oh man, it's a pleasure. It's not always, because sometimes I must keep it down because I must listen. Like if my supervisor, that because he did complain about that, he wasn't listening, so be careful with that. So I was like, oh, interesting, okay. But like most of the time, it's okay. So yeah, and I was tired. I was just tired, and because I didn't sleep that much. Another thing, yeah, and like I was thinking about it, the thing of the AI, and like during the lunch break, like I'm not having lunch, I'm not taking rest, like I'm just doing like the Bolt app, which is like it's a lesson, like it's an exercise, but like even though it's a pain in the ass, it's something that just takes me off this insane frenzy, like this drive, this insanity of like sales, and it's just like even though it's a pain in the ass, you know, it's good, like because just switch my focus to something different, and makes me wonder, which is good. You start to doing everything automatically, and then like you lose your capacity to think out of the box, to just think in an abstract way. So that's good. And like I was just thinking, because I was like I was physically tired and like I didn't sleep that much, but I was also tired because of the dialing, like and now I've been putting more volume to it, so there's that as well, and fuck man, and I'll just fuck emotions, I must stick to the process, and like I think it was two things that happened, there's this guy, like I don't know, like, again, it's just the way that I perceive things. I don't give a shit. That's just the way it is for me. But like there's this supervisors, they manage the team. They just say loud as fuck and like keep screaming and like you must do this, you must do that, like, and they just say like you must do this. They don't explain how. Like I hate that shit. Thankfully my supervisor he's cool as fuck. and uh, and then like they try to be funny and all that shit, like all that utopic shit, you know, like when people are smiling, but they're not smiling. They're just doing this because it's a social obligation, you know, a social weapon. Like it's not sincere anymore. It's not genuine, you know. They try to be funny, but like there's no like, you know, not even comedy. There's no depth to it. There's no truth in that, you know. There's no humor in their jokes. There's no sympathy in the way they speak, you know. And like I hate that shit. I don't know all the that fucking, you know, facade of. I hate that shit. You know, fucking lying fake news. I hate that shit. And then for example, like because I bring my it's bottle. I think it's bottle of coffee. It's not bottle, but it's a jar of coffee. But like it's this big, you know, and like it's just for me, you know. The only thing like I don't eat, you know. I have breakfast before I go, and then I eat again once I'm home, which is 7 p.m. So like during the day I just do fasting because I feel more productive and like it's more pain like having to uh, take food. It's a pain there. To prepare food, no. So I just drink coffee, you know, and I put my, you know, my bottle. I'm just gonna call bottle, you know, my bottle of coffee there, and like this guy came, like he just, you know, that really pisses me off, you know, like that, you know, like because it's something like it's not about the coffee, like understand, it's not about the coffee, it's about what that means. Like this is mine, no, it's mine, and like you're just putting your filthy hands. It's my bitch, you know. So and like, oh, can I drink that? Like, and he was, you know, being like, oh, funny because most of the people, they don't say shit. Most of the people, they're compliant to it. You know, they're submissive to it. And I was like, yo, hey, because he was talking to my supervisor, you know, and like I said, hey, that's mine. But I wasn't laughing, you know, because yeah, that's mine. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, can I drink? I said, no. I said, yeah, I said, no. Yeah. And then he said some bullshit. And like, I'm not joking. Do you think I'm joking? He said, oh, cool, man. And like, he just did that, you know, stupid face, you know? And then he just went off. And I was like, I got a little rattled emotionally, but like, fuck that shit. No, fuck that worm, you know? The only thing that matters is the work, you know? Fuck emotions. Fuck that bitch. You know, like I'm only concerned about the work, but I'm not just gonna let these fuckers fuck around, you know? I don't give a shit. I'm not here to be loved. I'm here to be respected. I'm here to do my work. I don't give a shit about that. And like then, like after that, like the other guy, you know, same shit, you know? Like he was always trying to get my attention somehow. To get my attention. I don't know why. No, I don't know why. Trying to get my attention somehow. Like doing jokes and saying shit. Like, oh, what's her name? What's her name? And then he keeps talking to me. You know? Oh, hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. And like he was, uh, fuck. Right. Oh, shit. How did I say that? Am I back? Oh, that's weird. That's a weird phrase. But it goes backwards. You know? Just. And then I said, hey, like, what? You know? But seriously, like, what? And then he didn't reply. I said, what? And then he's like, oh, I'm just messing with you. I was like, oh, okay. And then he stopped. And then he brushed it off, saying like, oh, this is guys, they're really mad. They're really angry. And I like, fuck that bitch. You know, you must do that. You know, you must put like boundaries to it. You know, listen, man. I'm back. So yeah, man, the work needs doing, bro. So what I learned is that really, man, like it doesn't matter how hard it is. You know, if it's hard and if you wanna get out of this situation, you must you must be ruthless to yourself. You know, even if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're tired, like if you let those emotions that are, it's not like they're meaningless, but if you just let them control you, you're gonna stay in the same place forever. So you gotta control that. You know, you must breathe and say, okay, it's not definitely that's not what I want, but it's what it is. That's the reality. Trying to deny reality is only gonna make it worse than it have to be, you know, than it has to be. So you must see what's in front of you and think like, okay, this is tough, man. I'm not like denying like it's tough. This is making me sad. This is making me nervous. This is making me anxious. Alright. But that's just that. It's just a feeling. It's just a pattern of energy. Now how can I get out of this? What decisions I need to make? What behaviors I need to do in order to change that? No, because we don't control even what we think, but we do control how we act upon our thoughts. So choose wisely, you know. I didn't have my conversation with my AI partner, but like I had with this friend of mine, you know, from sales, you know, like right from the beginning. And like we talk about a lot of things, and I did ask some advices for him, like about leadership and things like that. Because you know this AI partner of mine, he got a big mouth. You know, he talks a lot, and I was interrupting. So I was like, yeah, man, how can I, do that? And said, man, it was like he said a lot of things, but the main thing is like you gotta take the frame of it, like brainwash yourself, and like once you act that way, like you think that way and you behave that way, it's just it's just it's like people like I did notice that today. You know, people they do they do like feel that they can notice like if you're full of shit. Maybe they can prove, but like deep down, like they they know like if you're real or if you're just lying, faking it. But like if you really believe you're that, truly, people will perceive you that way. And then like you're gonna act the way they behave and like you're gonna enforce that it's working and then you're gonna like build a real confidence to it. Layla talks about this. Like if you don't have confidence, build evidence. Like if you don't have evidence, you gotta build the consistency to acquire, you know, the to acquire the evidence, so you can become confident. The problem is the first step. And for that, you must do, man. You must do the work. So yeah, man, it was a tough day, but it was a good one. Learned a lot. So yeah, man, that's it. Take care.